So if we're good to go. You are all at the top of this clock tower. Ashe, or Taro, standing over Sterling, scythe held high above his head. Felix, you were suspended in this dark abyss for a moment before being pulled out of it by Valkyria, who now lays almost peacefully sleeping by your side. Your mind and vision is hazy as you see the figure of Ashe silhouetted by the clock. Ashe, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Yeah, for sure, but that was also metal as fuck. Am I rolling? Do I want to roll high or low on this? What is the goal? I don't know. I'm just rolling.
Let's roll.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine. I'm not even mad. 15?
15. You've been taking the back seat for a while, fully conscious of what's happening, full of you, of the world around you. Your mind has just been dominated by the voice of Taro. Sort of out of control of your own self. What have you been thinking up to this point?
When the ring came off and Taro took control, it was as if the floodgates had opened. And everything that he had been unable to feel for 8 years all came pouring in at once. This emptiness that had been there for so long, that had sort of found its way to Taro, was now making itself known and oppressing his consciousness. And racked by this intense feeling, he sees what Taro sees. He sees Felix and his dad on the ground. Next to them, Valkyria. And the panic really begins to seep in now.
The rest of you, almost very faintly in the corners of Taro's eyes, tears slightly welling. As you yourself look down towards Sterling. Almost as in these moments of him pulling the trigger on Felix and being cut down himself, that sternness that he was exhibiting, that almost a wall began to crumble, and as he lies there unconscious, you two see slowly streaming down his face tears that have been slowly welling in his eyes in his unconscious form. And as you feel Taro clench and prepare to bring the scythe down, this torrent of wind comes gushing through the room. The clock faces shatter from the ice that is beginning to swirl violently in this space. As you all feel this giant gust push you out this way, through the clock face. I need everyone to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, I'm really good at these.
Same.
I am auto-failing, DM.
Yes.
I feel like
Natural-
I might have an auto fail too. I don't know if I'm in any state.
Well,
to
I'm
attempt to-
holding Felix. I don't know if that helps or hinders.
Oh, you still have to make a strength save to keep him in place. But simultaneously, you feel the floor beneath you beginning to give from the fire burning up. The stability of this whole top of the tower is becoming shaky. What was everyone's rolls?
13.
Do you want me to roll, DM?
If you feel Felix would not be in the state at all to roll or to try to resist anything, then no.
Yeah, there's just no way.
Natural 20 for a 19.
Oh. So everyone except Taro or Ashe begins to slide out of the space. Everyone getting pushed 25 feet to the left. Which means Felix is technically over the edge. Sterling is over the edge. Thyra is about to slide off. Valkyra's body is about to slide off. And Theo, you technically run into the wall, but can choose to move down with them. Ashe, you bring your scythe down into the floor as this happens, and you're kind of stabilizing yourself with it as you see everyone begin to slide. What is everybody doing?
I cast Featherfall.
All right. Everyone that is technically still a creature is in the range. Ashe, you begin to see everybody fall, and you feel this. You see Theo cast this spell. You know this spell. You only have a few moments to act before it fades.
I will use the winds around me, bonus action blade song, to increase my movement speed. And then I hang on the scythe for a moment before I leave it behind and rush off the side.
All right.
For me, sliding along, still very disoriented, and not really understanding what's happening. But I see that we're almost going over the edge here, and as we're approaching that descent, frantically looking around, wild eyes, we'll see my father, and I'll reach out with my left arm and kind of just reach out and grab towards him, and then look behind me and see Valkyra and attempt to grab her with my other arm, and not fully realizing that I'm incapable of doing so because it has been severed from my body. The secondary, almost tertiary panic begins to set in of how dire this situation is. I'll trust that my father is able to stay with us, and I will then, with my left arm, reach over towards Valkyra and just say, "Hold on to me." And I'll grab Valkyra's arm.
Okay. Holding on to Valkyra.
In the midst of this, you can't tell if it's the wind or Thyra or both that is making this guttural, grieving cry. But as we're being thrown off, Ashe, you just see ice spikes start to form around the clock, intermixed with the fire that's about to come up, as the whole clock tower is just encompassed in this unstoppable blizzard. And
Theo?
Thyra, visual-wise, her eyes are completely whited out with like cold mist pouring out of them as if tears. And a few more white shrieks form in her maroon, pinkish, reddish hair, matching the one that formed when she was taken.
Theo?
In shock and just whatever happens happen.
All right. And you slide down with the rest of them? So Featherfall casted on all of you. You begin to plummet. It's going to be close. You're only going to have maybe an extra few seconds of Featherfall left before you hit the ground. But your descent is slowed as you feel the wind rush past you, still fairly quickly, but in a way that you all feel secure. You're not going to splat against the ground. As you fall and watch flames lick up the tower, some of them almost getting caught in the wind and then erupting into meaner, hotter flames as this, although cold, torrent of wind is still feeding the fire at the core of this clock tower. And after 50 seconds of falling, you all touch down on the ground. Valkyra still unmoving. Sterling still unconscious. But the rest of you are awake and aware. And you probably only have a few moments before guards come and search the area.
What's happened? What do we do?
I think we need to go. And I start to help him up and try to move.
Ashe starts looking around frantically, looking for a ring on the ground anywhere.
Make an
If by
investigation check.
some miracle. Is this the kind of night we're gonna have? Natural 20 for a 27.
Wow. I'd say with that, it takes you a moment, but you see scattered like 40 feet away from you a tiny little half piece of a ring. Seems whatever damage was done above was worsened by the drop, and whatever crushed it on the way down.
Shit.
You, Ashe, are violently fighting for control against Taro.
I think even before you pick it up, Sean, I think a sheet of ice starts to form around it as more ice is starting to form from Thyra as she clutches Valkyra's body.
Theo?
What's wrong? Besides everything.
You don't have calm emotions, do you? Anything.
No, they're not very calm right now.
The spell! Spell.
No.
Okay. Okay. We need to get Thyra. We need to get out of here. We need to wake her up. Think.
We need to get Thyra. What's happened?
Felix.
We need to move.
Yes, we do. We need to get Thyra up and running. Does anybody have any bright ideas?
I don't. Valkyra, why are you laying there? She pulled me out. We need to go.
Do you try to reach for her?
No.
I was asking.
Well, my left arm is draped around Theo right now, and I don't have a right arm, so I can't reach for her.
Okay.
I'll reach for her.
As you reach for her, just instinctually, Thyra takes her hand axe and just chucks it towards you. Doesn't hit, but a wall of wind of ice comes at you too. And she's very feral cat, get away, as she protects what she can.
Ira, please, let's go.
Thyra. Don't make this more difficult than it has to be.
Feeling now the fourth wave of panic setting in. Trying to steal my mind and wrap around what exactly happened and the state that we're in right now. I'll almost collapse off of Theo, removing my arm around hers, and fall in front of Thyra and Valkyra. Is there an initial reaction to that from Thyra?
I think it's very do you know the scene in Avatar Last Airbender where Aang discovers his people died?
Yeah.
It's very much like that.
Yeah. Collapsing down and kind of inching forward, reaching out a hand to place on Valkyra's face, and just shakily saying, Kira, why? What did you do? Is there any reaction to me placing a hand on her face?
I think there is just a lashed out as you feel another blast of cold wind push you back a bit.
Please,
Thyra's braid gone as her hair is just fully encased in the wind.
fuck's sake, we don't have time for this.
I think I can help her, but not here now. Go.
So what? You're going to let her sacrifice be in vain, then? Waste it! Like this! Live for her! She made her choice. Make yours!
Thyra. And I will move my hand from Valkyra's face and attempt to fight against the wind to place it on Thyra's arm, her shoulder. Thyra, we need to leave. We can't do anything here. Please. For her, we need to get out of here. Please don't let this be it. This can't be it.
Either Sean or Nico or separately. Roll
Oh,
for
God. Oh, I'm persuasive. Well, this is good.
persuasion. You can roll at advantage if Sean's not rolling.
Yeah, no. Felix takes it.
Okay. Oh, first roll is good. Okay. There's going to be a total of 26.
For a brief moment, as you touch Thyra, ice starts to encapsulate the arm that you have. Just starts to crawl up. And as you think this is it, as you gave up, it starts to creep back away towards Thyra. Wind slowly dies down, not fully. And her white-out eyes slowly come back to her green as she looks down at Valkyra. And slowly up to you. Let's just go.
Yeah. We need to leave.
So cute.
All right. Sterling still knocked out. What are you all doing? Theo, you hear the faintest armored footfalls somewhere in the area.
And just start moving towards an alleyway or somewhere that's not here.
As Thyra and Felix and Valkyra are still all on the ground, as I'm guessing Thyra is now definitely mourning over the loss of her sister, still crouched, and as Valkyra is kind of nestled in the arms of Thyra, I'll join her in this brief moment of sorrow and just place my forehead against Thyra's as we're leaned over Valkyra's body. And then I'll attempt to stand up, putting an arm on Thyra and hoping that she allows me to help lift her up from a kneeling position.
She doesn't even take your hand. As she stands up, Jules holds Valkyra as the memory comes back to Thyra of holding her baby sister for the first time. It's my fault. It's all my fault. I did this to her.
It's nobody's fault, Thyra. She made a choice. And now we need to make one right now. We need to move. What about him?
Leave him. If he wakes up, he'll try to kill us again. It's not worth it.
I'll limp over to my father and collapse down to one knee and just stare at him for a moment. Why? Why? Damn you, father. Damn you to the hells! And I'll just slam my fist into his chest.
His body goes limper on the ground, like he had one breath left in him that you just knocked out.
Ashe has a moment of realization. And will take out a sending stone. Cordelia?
Oh, hey, I was about to call you. I had a
Yes,
question.
understand. Focus, please. This is important.
Why? What?
How many
what did
spells do you have
do?
available?
All of them?
Perfect. I need you to teleport to 10 near the clock tower. We need to get out of here quickly. There's been an
10?
incident.
Ashe, I've never been to Tin.
What do you mean you've never been to 10?
Do
Where
you
have you
think I
been
have
close
a
by in the Empire?
Not very close. Do you have a moment for me to at least scry so I can get a view of the surroundings?
Yes, you have time.
Hey, give me 5 minutes.
As he waits, he's going to back up from the rest of the group and just stay a healthy, we'll say 15 feet back.
How far do the rest of you attempt to get from the scene?
As far as possible.
Cyrus not leading the way.
I think after I slam my fist, there's a moment where I'd lean over his body, crying a bit, not exactly realizing what I just did, but then just looking at the face of my father one last time before shakily standing up and looking to Theo for aid in getting out of here.
I just put my arm around his and try to lead him away.
All right. Any general direction that you would like to head? There's east towards the docks, west towards the outer gate of the city, the way you entered the city the first time, north back towards where you were staying previously in the abandoned apartment, or south potentially to a closer gate out of the city.
I think I would go north. Towards where we were staying.
So north would take you, at least from this area, you'd be going closer towards city center and then heading north to get back.
I'd be taking back alleys if possible.
Yeah, coincidentally, you still kind of travel through the dock area, ducking through sailors and shippers, loading and unloading boats, travelers from distant parts of the world, going up and through. I would like everyone to make just a general stealth check as you attempt to keep your head down.
$13.
I kind of want to say I want to auto fail this too, because I don't think she even had the capacity to even try to be stealthy right now.
You're also carrying somebody else.
Yeah. She's strong. She's fine.
That's true.
11 for me.
11. Theo?
17.
Okay. That one was good. Doing your best to keep your heads down, but it's, for most of you, it's extremely disorienting. Not having full focus or full control of yourselves as you almost stumble your way through. Luckily, this part of town is busy enough where you can kind of blend in most parts. But occasionally you do see guards, although not looking directly at you. In the area, and they are on high alert. You eventually make it towards the north end of town, finding your way back to that hovel that you were staying in. But about halfway there, you get your call back from Redelia. Where are you moving to?
We have a bit of a safe house on the north side of the city. As soon as we get there, I'll let you know.
All right. See if I can pull this off. And she stops her sending. It's about another minute and a half. Yeah. But eventually, you hear her again, breathing heavily, almost a little pained through her voice. I am certainly somewhere in the city. I'm heading north. Where are you?
Just keep going that way. There'll be a row of abandoned apartments. We'll be staying on one of them. We'll keep an eye out for you.
All right. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes. She finds it pretty quickly, actually. About 15 minutes later. Are you having Erudite look out for this?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Pretty easily, you know what Redelia looks like. You see about, 7 blocks down, to the west, a hooded figure, blonde hair peeking through in multiple parts, blue robes underneath, walking through.
I will meet her halfway, but stop when I'm about 15 feet out.
Mhm.
And hold my hand out. Everything's gone to shit.
Yeah, you look like shit. Oh my god. She just kind of walks forward instinctually
Stop.
towards you.
It's gone.
What is? And she looks at your hand.
It's gone.
We can't take you back to Kieran.
I understand, but we don't have a choice right now.
Wait.
Valkyria is dead. Everybody is
Shit.
waiting. We need to get out of the city as quickly as is possible. Do you understand?
Yeah. Shit. Go.
Yes. And I'll lead the way back in.
And she looks around at the rest of you. You see, like, almost drenched in rain. Although it's not very rainy right now here. It is possibly raining back in Kieran, and she didn't give a shit about. What happened?
We don't really have time to explain it at the moment, so if you wouldn't mind.
Fuck. Yeah. Theo. She walks over towards you. Do you still have it?
Yeah. What?
The ring I gave you. Do you still have it?
Oh, yeah, it's here somewhere. And I'll dig through the bag and pull it out.
Ashe. Didn't want to use this one, but she slips it onto your finger. And that overpowering presence of tarot gets shunted to the back of your mind. You feel all your senses come back, except for most of your emotions, once again.
Very good. I didn't realize that you had left one with Theo. That makes more sense in retrospect.
Just in case.
Alright. Let's get to Kieran then.
Yeah. And she begins to draw out the sigil for teleportation back. And looks at all of you. And looks at Felix. And you just see this, like, dread sink into her as she just closes her eyes and holds out her hands to everybody. Just keep a low profile for a few minutes while we get through. And you all feel yourself pulled and in the blink of an eye shunted back to a familiar town. In the interior of the public teleportation circle. In the hall of the city government building. The nice white marble walls and floor are a very stark difference to the scene you were just in. It's quiet, and you hear the sound of rainfall outside. But at least the panic that came with being in Tin subsides a bit, as you are now safely in Kieran. Waiting at the circle, you see a figure that just kind of looks caught off guard and still in the dark about what's happening. A silver gray-skinned tiefling with long black hair that's been kind of pulled into a low bun, wearing very nice, like, studious clothes, stands there almost expectedly for Redelia's return.
What the fuck just happened?
Look, no time to explain. I need a few things. Can you get from my kit back in my office? I need a few potions of healing, some bandages, some sort of antiseptic, and I have this elixir, the bear root elixir. Can you go grab those for me?
Okay, I'll go as fast as I can.
Thank you. Where would you prefer to go?
Anywhere that is private and away from people, preferably.
It's my apartment, but I don't think that's very suited for this. Theo, I'm sorry to ask so much of you. Your parents live in town, right?
I want to go home.
We can go there. Lead the way. We just need a place to be.
That just
I do.
changed my whole soul.
You are all led by Theo across town to the more residential area of at least Inner Kieran. To a very nice, pretty spacious house. But are met with the figure of Theo's mother at the door. Hi, what's going on? Why are you... Oh my... And she kind of covers her mouth looking at you all, almost sick to her stomach. What
Mama.
the fuck? Hi. And she pulls you in, almost just like making sure you're okay as well. Your father's back at the university right now. Please, come inside. And she leads you all to this sort of sitting area that's dimly lit, very cozy in comparison to everything else. What is going on? What has gone into you?
We were gonna. We were going to see Felix's father, and then there was red smoke, and then I don't know what happened.
Oh gosh, you're okay. What can I do? What can I get you? What can I... Do you need access to the infirmary at the school, or...?
As privately as is possible, yes. We need to keep as low profile as we can, given what has just transpired.
And Redelia looks at you. You know you're not allowed in there.
That's why I'm not going. I'm going to tie up some loose ends and make sure our story is covered so that nobody comes looking for us.
Okay. Oh, shit. Come on, I guess. Whoever wants to come with, if not, get some rest, please. And she looks towards Valkyra. Do you want her with us?
I think this entire teleportation transition is one of those just floating through what's happening moment for Thyra. She hasn't talked to anybody, she hasn't said anything. She has just held her sister through it, and she is, even when she talks to Thyra directly right there, she doesn't say anything.
She looks up towards the rest of you.
I think
would you
she'll
like to
stay here.
Okay.
I need to get this looked at.
Yeah. And she kind of pulls her cloak off halfway and slings it up over your arm just to cover it. Come on. I'll be back up with you soon.
No problems.
And she leads you all back towards center of town. Into the pretty empty university at this point. The sun is going down. It looks like everything's over for the day. But you are brought into the kind of center building of the university and towards this very formal looking sort of medical area. A few maybe students that work in this are immediately taken aback by the scene and immediately start grabbing supplies and essentially just getting to work, helping you in whatever way they can.
I think upon like immediately being sat down at like a table or like a stretcher, however they're doing it, immediately kind of shocked back into reality almost, and still again trying to get some sort of bearings, but also kind of fading in and out of lucidity, and just start frantically saying, "No, wait, we need to go back. He's still there. My father's still back there. We can't just leave him. He's still there. No, my family. My family's still there. Please." And I'll just reach out to like the nearest nurse who's there. "Please, don't let him die out there.
I'm
He
sorry.
has to come home."
We're gonna get you taken care of. As they begin sort of tourniqueting your arm, and essentially at this point the only way that they could fix it, and they explain to you loosely as they do it, is that they would need to amputate the rest of your arm off, as the fracture continued up the arm from the immense blast that you were hit with. They sort of give you some sort of sedation. And you feel the world get fuzzy again. That numbness take over as they begin patching you up the best they can with the resources that they have. And during this time, off to the side, you hear it's the muffled voice of Rodelia talking again with some figure. The rest of you, as Felix is being cared for at the university.
Who's at the house?
That would be Ashe and Theo with you.
I think at some point. Do you lead Thyra to a room at all, Hallia?
Probably not. I think Theo just is kind of sitting there.
Saphira brings over blankets for you just to cover you up for now, as you're kind of just drenched in rain and a little bit of blood. Which is like bringing all of you food and warm tea and blankets and whatever first aid bandages that she has lying around.
Thyra doesn't eat or drink the tea or accept any healing, as I think she is just laid Valkyra probably on the table, and it's just in a chair. With her head just on Valkyra's forehead.
There's a point where Saphira just stops bringing stuff and sits next to you, Theo. What happened?
I'll tell her all of it. And then the smoke came out, and Nera was there. I saw her, and I talked to her, and then she left. And then there was a loud bang, and Felix was on the floor, and then Valkyra took his place, and
I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine. I'm glad you're safe. I'm so sorry for everything. And she just puts her arms around you and holds you.
I hug her back and start crying.
She just takes your hat off and strokes your hair. What are you doing, Ashe?
As soon as things kind of mellow out, I will cast Sending to Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
Found his lab. Clock tower is collapsing. His base of operations no longer exists. It's a start. Try to throw off our trail, if you can.
Well, I'd be damned. Can certainly see what you did. I'll do my best. That was a bit overkill. Good work, though. I'm not gonna quite like it.
Yeah, that's not a genuine surprise. And then he'll just sort of return back to the rest of the group. Sit down. Allow me to apologize. Had I been able to maintain control, things likely would have gone very differently.
It was great. She said that you couldn't have changed. She was right. We're gonna kill her. Again.
You know that wasn't me. Right?
Doesn't matter who it was. People are still dead.
And it's not
Thyra's dead.
us. It's not us. And regardless of whether or not I was present, nothing I would have been able to do would have stopped Sterling from pulling that trigger. There was nothing that I could have been able to do to stop Felix from trying to convince him that he could be saved. I did what I needed to do to stay alive, so that I could continue my job, my duty. To bring them all back.
Thyra did more than what you could have done in a lifetime. She didn't deserve to die.
But she made her choice. As I will mine.
Thyra is just so done with this squabbling the two of them have, as they're more fixated on that than what has transpired, and she just gets up and just goes to a room and slams the door. And for a brief moment you hear nothing, and in the room Thyra just slowly takes out her map kit, takes out the map of Sorstead, of their home, and just 1, 2, 3 tears fall on it. In an instant, she just rips it, shreds it, and tosses it, and just starts anything, grabbing anything, just punching the wall and destroying anything in the room she can. As you just hear guttural anger and distress for 15, 20 minutes. And eventually it stops. But she doesn't come out.
Theo, you feel Saphira's grasp like tighten as the crashing begins, but then she just lets out a pained sigh and lets it go as the room gets trashed.
I think once it stops, I'll go into my room. I'll see the torn posters and the books on the ground.
You're going into the room she's in?
Yeah.
You just walked into a room and didn't check who it was.
No, you can't. As you try to go for the door, you can't. And for a moment, you think it's because it's locked. But as you're pushing, you feel cold as you realize it's just slightly iced over.
I'll cast a message. Can I come in, please?
There's no reply.
I think she'll just sit
Exactly
against
that.
the door.
Exactly
I'll
that.
sit against the outside of the door.
What Nico posted is exactly that of your room as it cuts through the door as you sit for the opposite side. Thyra's on the other side of the door, and there's just trails of ice just all over your room as she just gives up.
Who was it that went with me to the infirmary? This is just Redalia?
It was just for Dahlia. Eventually, she returns to the house. That same tiefling woman in tow, sort of talking as they enter, carrying a bundle full of supplies. So Milo's gonna be in there for probably until tomorrow evening.
Understandably so, given the set of circumstances.
He should be okay, though. Well, as good as he can be right now.
Right.
And looks over towards the tiefling and puts a hand out. Potion.
Oh, yeah. We'll take the potion and put it in Redalia's hand.
Hands it out to you, Ashe.
Thank you.
Say superior healing.
What is that? 80 full plus 8?
Mhm.
Sheesh.
Looks around for Thyra and Theo.
At some point, I'll wander back into the room everyone else is in.
Hands you a potion.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, Ashe, the whole reason I was about to message you in the
Yes.
first place, Shara is on her way.
Stop. Why?
She was coming up for my birthday this weekend.
I forgot. I'm so sorry. This is quite... not quite what I had in mind.
I was gonna ask you what you wanted me to tell her, since you weren't gonna be here. If you want me to not say anything, I can. I can pretend like you're not here and still
No.
let her know why.
No. I need to see her.
You sure?
It's time.
Well, she'll most likely be here late morning tomorrow.
All right. If you wouldn't mind, inform her of my situation. I still may not feel as much. That is my primary concern.
I'll send her a message.
Thank you.
Just as a point of order, 'cause I
Yeah.
forgot to do it before.
Uh-huh.
You used 2 of your Blessing of the Raven Queens already since combat.
Yes, I did.
When you got the ring placed back on you,
Mm.
you gained 2 points of exhaustion.
Oh, fuck.
And Felix, you're gonna have 4 points of exhaustion.
Oh, 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 oh. Yeah.
Sounds right.
4 points is disadvantage on checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. Your speed is halved, and your hit point max is halved.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time you wake up, you'll have half your hit points, but your max will be back at normal.
Redelium. He came out. It felt like I had some semblance of my life back. Until I realized I wasn't in control. But it was so close. So close to being me again.
So sorry.
And now Theo just thinks I'm a murderer. And I don't know what to do.
I need to find a way to get him out of your head.
I have a plan for that. I wanted to take everyone to the Wayfinders.
It's not too far.
It's not. And given everything that's happened, it feels right. I think we need it. Now more than ever.
Yeah. I think that would be good.
So that's the plan. Until once everyone is recovered, at least.
Well, it'd be a nice break from the cities. Some fresh air, at least.
That it will be. I've made progress on the ritual to bring everyone back.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of resources that I need to do this won't come easy.
No.
But she still thinks I can't do it.
I'd see why she'd be skeptical.
I can see why everybody would be skeptical, but if I'm going to do this, I need every ounce of help that I can get. What do I do? It almost feels like it did after the attack, when everybody in the world turned against me, and I had no choice but to accept what they delivered unto me.
I would give this all time to settle. Everyone's on edge. Clearly, I don't blame them. They'll come around.
I do hope so.
And I'll try to get all the resources I can. I'm sure getting some from Mom and Dad won't be easy, but I think I can manage.
Lots of rubies. Lots of rubies.
That can be done.
Thank you.
Of course.
You have once again proven to be my savior.
I wouldn't call it a savior, but
Well, you quite literally teleported us away from a tower that was collapsing, so
I do my best.
alright. Let's everyone get some rest. Sorry, I just realized. Mildly distracting. Who is this person?
Oh. And she looks back at you, Ethan.
I assume that I was fucking with the supplies or something.
Yeah.
Sort of turn. Oh, hi. My name's Hailstorm.
The irony is not lost on me. And where exactly did you come from?
It's a long story.
Kind of in the middle of something. She's been my TA / personal assistant for a while.
Clearly you trust them.
Pretty talented.
Do you know who I am?
Indeed I do.
Then I'll skip the introductions.
Personally, I have a lot of respect of what you're trying to do.
Ashe immediately cocks his head over to Redelia.
I mean, it's pretty awesome, the length you're going to.
I just wasn't expecting it. That's all. Well, thank you for helping us.
You know, it's the least I can do. Quite literally.
Right, well, we all need to rest after the day we've had, I think.
Yeah. I need to finish cleaning.
Good heavens.
Yeah. I've become my mother. Okay.
You have not become your mother.
Maybe in some mannerisms.
I'll
Definitely
make
not
sure
dad.
you don't.
Thank you.
The one important, run real quick. Who was the one with his arm off?
That was Milo.
Felix, actually, is his name.
Oh. Apologies.
Yeah, we've learned a lot. I'll get into it later.
Yeah, who was the dead one?
Can I just, more so for my sake than anything else, I want to make an intelligence check to, because, like, I know about tieflings at this point to know what's going on here. So I want to see whether or not Ashe has the wherewithal to kind of recognize that this is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, make an intelligence check.
It's just kind of... Why exactly do you want to know, if I may ask?
Importantly, I don't think Hailstorm has any idea about that.
Not a drop.
Not a drop. I just wanted to know, I guess. The red-haired one seemed to very upset.
Well, it was her sister, so.
Oh. Oh no.
It's a tricky situation.
Where the fuck were you guys?
That's a difficult question to answer. Maybe one that we can approach tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
I think we all just need some sleep.
Agreed.
Here, if anyone needs them. Kind of takes the package from Hailstorm and hands it over. You got an additional potion in there for whoever needs it. Just some bandages. And this, and holds up this little glass bottle with some sort of root or plant suspended in it. It's just some bare root extract. If you're feeling sore, it should help with that.
Got it. Well, if anybody needs the healing, it's probably the house at this point, given what Thyra has done to it.
Yeah, I can pay you back for that, Saphira. Oh, it's okay. Granted, it was Theo's room, and I don't know if she's gonna be super happy about that. We'll manage. All right.
We'll see you tomorrow, then.
Yeah, see you then. Just thanks and holds her head and then turns and begins to leave.
It's meeting you. Later.
Good evening.
Is there anything else anyone wishes to do before closing the day?
Slipping in and out of consciousness at the hospital.
Yep.
All alone.
Deep medicated sleep. All right.
Does Thyra ever melt the ice?
She never comes out, if that's what you're asking.
You're locked out of your room, Theo.
Trying to open it. It's just not gonna
There's
open it for you.
You have the guest room and a few couches. A much more comfortable sleep for almost all of you. Feel much safer knowing that there's distance between all of you and Osteroth or whomever remains of Nightshade. But Felix, sort of resting off everything, sort of drifting in and out of sleep for a while, but then eventually finding that much needed just deep sink into it. So your mind just replaying everything that's happened. Thinking back on your father and your family and the whole city and Osteroth. It almost went by too quickly for you to process the first time. And as you contemplate, the memories start trickling back in of your father, of memories of being in Tin at a much happier moment, unafraid of consequence. You alongside your siblings and Naughty. It's pleasant to recall. But now, after everything that's happened, just laced with this underlying sorrow, a grief for the life you lost. You sort of skip through distant memories. It's almost entirely pleasant. Finally being able to rest. Rest without your shoulders like muscles just tensed constantly. But you mostly just feel the exhaustion wash over you. I think that's where we can take a quick break.
Huh.
Before we do anything else, I think I want to go try to talk to Thyra.
Okay.
Oh god, we're jumping right in. Oh, I wasn't prepared.
Oh,
Oh god, I wasn't ready for this.
Do it.
Dungeons
We can
Dragons,
wait a
go!
couple minutes.
I wasn't prepared.
No, go, go, go!
I'll knock on the door again.
No answer.
Thyra, can I come in? I try to open it.
Takes a couple heaves, but you can get it open. As you open it, she's on the other side of the room. Ice coming from her, like spreading from her around your room. What time is it here? Anneka,
Yeah.
what time is it?
Were you doing this before you went to bed or
Yeah.
in the morning? So it would be where you were just at, it'd probably be midnight, but with the time difference, it's only like 9 o'clock.
But she's just I think it's very much a mirror image of the night she threatened Ashe, of her silhouetted in the moonlight in the window, but completely different demeanor, from threatening confident to broken and weak, sitting on the ground, not looking at you when you enter.
I'll glance around, look at the torn down posters and the shattered lamps and the broken bed. And I'll kind of tiptoe my way through that and sit down next to Thyra.
I think halfway through, you step on something and you look down and you realize it's her map kit that's opened.
I'll pick up what I can of it and cast Mending. And carry it over and sit down next to you. Remember a couple days ago when you were braiding everyone's hair? Well, it got me thinking. I don't really wear my hair up or anything, but I had an idea, and I talked to Kira as well. And we got some thread, and she taught me how to braid a little bit. And I'll take out of my pocket. It was orange and red, but now it's mostly just red. Little bracelet. Just gonna give this to her, but I'd like to give it to you.
She doesn't talk. Head still down. Hair disheveled and out of the braid. Covered in her own blood. And other people's blood.
I'll put it in the half-mended map kit, and I'll put it down in front of her. And I'll give her a big hug. You're not alone. We all miss her.
You're off. I am alone. Why didn't you do it?
I don't know why she did it, or even how she did it. what she did worked. Maybe if she can bring Felix back, maybe she can bring herself back.
Don't. I've had enough of this talk of bringing people back. Don't give me hope. That's what you had to do. Go.
He's sitting next to you. And then after a while, takes the blanket that was wrapped around her and puts it around you. Try to get some sleep.
As an answer.
She leaves the room.
And a few minutes, Thyra looks down to the friendship bracelet. You are always better at making friends than I. It just starts to cry. And notably does not sleep. Doesn't move from the spot.
You just sit in this cold, torn up room. Tears before they fall from your cheeks, slightly frosting and sticking to your face before dropping. As you take a point of exhaustion. But should everyone else fall asleep for the night? As a welcome to sleep. Bodies aching from the day prior. Feelings uneasy. But Ashe, you wake up first. At about 4 a.m. A little later than you would normally, but your body's sore and tired. Your mind is tired. Is there anything you wish to do before the others wake up?
He is going to step outside. Is there like a front lawn?
Yeah. It's a little front patio area.
He is going to then lay down on his back and just stare up at the sky and do everything that he can to try and just be vacant.
It's not hard as you lay back, looking through the clouds that are currently clearing up from the day before. Speckles of starlight beyond. Notably seeing Corvus and Ligare directly above, flanked by Arena and Sagax. As the twinkling continues for as far as the eye can see. Just you let your mind simmer away, sort of entranced by the constellations above you. Takes you back to a simpler time. Eventually the sun begins to rise. This stark warmth washes over the city, as you've been in a much colder environment for the past few weeks. But the sun begins to shine in. You watch the twilight turn to dawn. Still takes a little bit for everybody else to wake up at about 8 a.m. Felix, you awaken in a ward. No one immediately around you. Bandaged up almost completely. No feeling in your right arm.
Am I am I alone in the room?
Mm-hmm.
I will look down at my right arm, or lack thereof. Getting flashes of the night before. I'll try to stand.
You can sit up. Sort of still dizzy from whatever medications they gave you.
I will try to stand up and take a few steps.
You manage to get to your feet. Your body hurts. You try to take a step, but you have to catch yourself against the bed because the immense amount of soreness in every part of you buckles. You have to take like a few deep breaths to get yourself stable again. If you wanted to keep walking, you could probably do it. It wouldn't be the most efficient.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay back down.
Yeah.
I'll lay back down and start to tear up a bit and just say to myself, why did you have to do that? Why did you have to pull me from the darkness? You are my guardian angel to the end. But why? And I'll just lay there.
You eventually get brought some food. Not the most delicious food you've eaten, but it is welcomed, certainly. So at this hour, Redelia returns to the house. Checks up on everyone. She walks up on you, Ashe, laying on the front of the house. Looks up at the sky and then back down at you. How long have you been out here?
4 a.m.
Did you want breakfast? Do you want to go? Actually, you can't do that.
I'll get food in my own time, I think.
All
Send
right.
Felix my warmest regards.
That'll do. I told Shara about your state. She's a bit confused, but she's happy to know you're here.
How much time do you think?
Probably have about 4 hours until our boat rolls in.
What about Fonzie? Is he around?
Yeah, he'll be swinging by later.
Right.
They were all trying to do a thing today. Did you still want to see them? Or see her?
Yes. There's something that I need to find out.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the others, see if they want to go visit Felix.
I'll be here.
Alright. I'll keep you updated.
Good.
And she knocks on the door and gets let in by Saphira. It would have, at this point, Doc would also be home. Theo, in the very early reaches of the morning, you would have felt your father arrive and give you a big, tight hug.
I like hug him back. Still half asleep.
But he would have let you continue resting. At this point, you all awaken, or at least Theo, since Thyra did not sleep. Hey Thea, did you want to go see Felix?
Yeah. Should go see Felix.
And Thyra?
I don't think so.
And she looks at where Valkyria is placed, the blanket over her. Just pulls out a short scroll that she was carrying with her and waves her hand over as a slight, like, green trickle of almost like dust sprinkles over her. But composes herself and leads the way back to the university. Felix, if you wanted to eat your food, sort of by the end of your meal, see entering Theo and Redelia.
Hi, Felix.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Sorry too.
It should have just been me up there.
It really shouldn't have. I'll take the, I guess now crumpled note and picture Felix gave me. I'll hand it back to him. I told you you'd be okay.
How could I ever face them now?
It's not your
I
fault.
failed.
You did everything you could. We all did.
I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have shot that ring.
You shot the ring. Ashe's ring?
I was suffocating. I didn't know what to do. I saw Ashe struggling to take it off.
He
Thought maybe
wanted to take it
out.
off.
Yes, that's what it looked like. And I went against my promise to him. I helped him let the demon out. I didn't know what I was doing. I was dying.
You did what you thought was right. That counts for something.
It's all for nothing, Theo. My father's dead. We left him there. The tower, gone. Valkyra. It's over.
It's not over. I'll fix her. I'll get her back. Like the rest of them.
I appreciate your optimism. I'll try to hold on to it as best I can, but this... I don't even have the words. I need to tell Nadi. They need to know what happened. Are you able to message him?
I am. I can do that.
Just tell them that... I don't even know how I would say it. My father's gone. The clock tower's gone. Valkyra's gone. But Astaroth and Astra are still out there. I guess you could also let them know that we're planning on heading south. I don't know what to say, Theo.
Maybe it's
Tell them I
best that
failed.
we don't say anything for now.
He needs to know sooner rather than later. I would want to know. And Mother... Mother... I tried. I wanted us all together again. Sitting around the table. Laughing and sharing a meal. An image I held in my head and so close to my heart for so long. Never to be now. Fool I was to have a dream. When the world can be so cruel.
You're right. I'll let Nadi know. And I'll send to him, I guess.
All right. What do you wish to say?
It's a good question.
25 words.
Felix is hurt. Clock tower Clock tower's down. His father is gone. We're heading south.
It's 11 words. If you wish to say anything else.
I'm sorry to let you know this way.
That's it?
Yeah. Was there anything else? Felix?
I don't think so. Sounds about right.
There's a pause. Where are you
Oh.
now?
I'll also say Osteroth is still out there.
Where are you now? I need to see him. There's still so much to talk about.
We're in Kieran
Tell him
now.
I'm-
Oh.
Oh. Tell him I'm glad he is alive.
I'll send him again. We're in Kieran now. But we're heading to a place that Theo knows, but I have forgotten.
You would be going to Caanonisia, the islands south of the continent.
We're heading south to find the Wayfarers. That's it. I'll just
Everything else with that? Okay. Kieran. I could be there in 3-4 days. Just hang around for a little bit longer. I need to tell his mom. And that's it.
we'll be here in 4 days. He's going to your mother. Says he has lots to talk about.
I wonder if she'll come too. Facing both of them. After everything. Four days. Thank you, Theo.
Just remember, it's not your fault. You did everything you could.
I'm sure I did. And as wonderful as this hospital has been, I just want to be with you all. But I don't know if they'll release me. I'm still a little worse for wear. I tried walking a bit earlier. It did not work well. But I would like to be back with you all. I don't know if you can try to persuade any of the nurses to let me out. You're right, I'm probably not stuck here. And as much as I appreciate your help, I would hate to be a burden to you any longer. No sense in you carrying me unless you want to, of course. But maybe they have something that I can use to help steady myself.
I'll go look for someone. Or a walking stick or something.
Alright. And Theo, and I'll reach out my hand towards you. I'm going to assume you said you take it, but I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I take it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll just squeeze your hand faintly, but in my mind, I'm probably squeezing it hard. Thank you again.
It's gonna be okay. And I'll squeeze his hand back and I'll go find a crutch or something.
Yeah. On your way out to go find one, you almost run smack into that tiefling from earlier.
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh,
Hey,
sorry.
I am here to get Felix, I think?
Yeah, Felix.
Yeah, I was told to come get him.
Oh. Is he being taken somewhere?
Redelia. To bring him back.
Oh, well, that's perfect. I was just coming to look for someone to help get a crutch or something to help him walk.
It's fine, I'll just yeah, sure. grab a crutch.
You go find a pair of crutches.
Just one.
I don't think I got your.
Apparently,
just
I don't know if I
one.
can use two. Well, I can.
I don't.
You find a pair doesn't mean you have to use.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of
Or maybe I don't even know if one crutch. Is there a wheelchair? Maybe.
One crutch is enough.
There are wheelchairs.
Just gotta lean on it. We're not wheelchairing Felix around.
Princess
I need
treatment.
to-
Yes. Yeah, crutch will be fun.
I don't think I got your name.
Oh, I'm Theo.
Hi, I'm Hailstorm.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for
to meet
taking
you
care of
too.
Felix.
I mean, I just came to get him. I wouldn't call it taken care of, but yeah. You guys have seen some stuff, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
Yeah. Right. Well, let's not keep him waiting. We go to where Felix is,
Okay.
which I don't think Felix even saw Hailstorm. For a second, he did. I think.
Yeah, for
actually.
a second.
But he was immediately separated.
But the pair walk back in with a single crutch.
Oh, right. I guess I don't really need two, huh?
Yeah.
Uh,
Hi, I'm Hailstorm. I was told to come get you.
Hailstorm.
Yeah, I work with Redelia. Well, work
Oh.
is I'm kind of under her for now.
Felix. It's a pleasure.
Don't strain yourself.
Trying not to.
And she'll go over and try and prop him up.
Oh,
Yep.
that hurts.
Yeah,
Everything hurts.
Yeah, I believe you.
What can we do about getting some of the shit they used on me last night? That numbed everything.
Well, if you numb everything, you can't walk.
That's,
Oh,
that's
God.
exactly what I was thinking.
He's gonna become a fucking druggie.
He does still have mushrooms.
Here, and she'll take, so crutch on one side and Hailstorm on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's a little bit of a walk, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to get used to it. So
Mm-hmm. Gonna try.
you guys saw some shit, didn't you?
That's putting it in the lightest way you can.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I'm not going to waste our survival. I'm here for a reason now.
Can see that. Come on. We should get back to the house.
Yes. And Theo, Hailstorm too. Your opinion matters now. How does it look? Does it look bad?
It's looked better.
What exactly? What are you looking me to talk about?
I'm gesturing at my
Your
vacant
stub?
my stub.
I mean, looks pretty metal, but You know? You are missing an arm. So it can only be that. It can only be so good.
It's my shooting arm, too. Wait. Where are my things?
Dungeon Master wears his things so I can grab them.
I don't think anyone stopped to grab the gun he was wielding last night.
So it's still there?
One of the guns is gone.
Motherfucker.
One of the guns is gone. Fuck.
The one you would have been using is gone. The
Well,
others...
Please, God, tell me we have the enchanted ones.
Can I
I
lie,
think
DM?
you were
DM, can I
using-
lie? Can I
Fuck's
Can I
sake.
lie and pretend that I wasn't using Morgan's gun? No, it's fine. It's fine.
So,
It's
I
fine.
mean, I don't think Morgan's gun was
Fine.
entirely enchanted yet. I don't think you finished it in time. Although that was the plus one.
No, true.
I feel like we would have picked it up just in the gathering of everyone and everything.
Well, I don't know. We all got blown out by the blizzard.
Yeah.
And
It
we were
would've
sitting
gone
there for a while.
I guess that
That's
is also
true.
kind of fair.
Okay. If
I'll
you
leave it.
feel
I'll leave
like-
it to a percentile roll, if we want to do that.
Sure. Percent chance
feel like
of
that-
you...
I feel like even in his state, Felix would have grabbed his
I
gun.
don't know.
You never leave your
Felix-
gun in the dirt.
Or someone
in the
would have.
dirt.
If Theo felt, she would have picked up the gun and taken it
I mean,
with.
if Ashe found his ring, then
Oh,
I'm
Kira
sure he
grabbed
would have
it.
noticed.
Okay.
I think
I'll
Valkyra
leave it
grabbed
up
the
to
gun.
you. If Ashe would have seen it and would have grabbed it, you would still have it, but it wouldn't be with your belongings here at the hospital. A lot of your stuff's been wrapped in a pouch. It seems like it's just been sitting on a chair in the corner of the room.
Mhm.
Notably, your, at least like the shirt you've been wearing this whole time was cut away, and
Yeah.
most of it was discarded.
Oh,
But your
I don't want-
nightshade, most of your nightshade uniform is still intact.
All right. Let's go back.
Just hold on. It's a little bit of a journey.
I might pass out again.
No, don't do that.
Right. I'll steel myself.
Okay. Ready? Let's go.
Ready.
As you guys leave, one of the nurses helps you out and hands off a few more sort of like elixirs, probably like antibiotics of some kind. Something to help with the healing process. You can hobble on back to the house, or wherever you wish to go at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's back.
To the house.
To the house. At this point, it's about 10 o'clock. Feel that warmth of the southern sun on you. It is very welcoming, opposed to the cold Empire weather.
Think on our walk back, so super focused on just every step that I take, but then kind of taking in my surroundings again, seeing vaguely familiar buildings and alleyways and such, my eyes instinctively shoot up towards a somewhat familiar, maybe rooftop. Shit. Theo,
Yeah.
how many more sendings do you have?
Maybe one or two.
All right. Might need to send another one if Sonia is still in town. Would rather... Oh shit, I don't know what I would rather. Do you think it'd be better if we reached out to her first, or if she just happened to see that we were back in town?
And I think we should get you back first.
Right. Right. Oh, that step was a big one. Ugh.
I'm doing as best I can.
Yeah, you're doing great. We continue.
Okay. What have Ashe and Thyra been doing?
Ashe has not moved. He is
Sweet.
still outside the house.
Based. So based.
Certified ballin', just waiting for
I'm just sitting here
the
watering my lawn.
inevitable arrival.
Mm-hmm. About 2 hours left. And you see everyone return.
Ashe will sit up. Felix.
I'll look towards you. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to at this moment?
Ashe.
Good. I don't know what to say.
Neither do I.
I think we have a lot to process, but I'm truly sorry for doing what I did. If it brought you any suffering.
No more suffering than what you have experienced. I can guarantee that.
Do you want me to sit you down?
Maybe inside. Inside would be nice.
Okay. Let's get inside then. Where's Rodelia? Ashe?
She's also in. Sort of waiting on you all to return.
Best not keep her waiting.
Right. And I will also follow them in.
Thyra? As everyone goes about their business this morning.
What am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
It's you know, just having a great time.
Mhm.
Ice maker.
Yep.
Turning
Same.
Theo's room into a freezer.
Turn Theo's room into a freezer.
Mhm.
Hasn't moved. Hasn't. If anyone's tried to, like, Redelia or Theo's mom or dad, tried to give her food or anything, she hasn't eaten it.
Mhm.
Hasn't said a word since Theo talked to her that night.
There's a point where Saphira checks in on you. Did you want anything, love?
No answer.
If there's anything we can do, just let us know. She, even though you don't eat it, she places down, like, a small sandwich and some water and some tea for you. Just in case. And gives your shoulder a rub before leaving you be. There are certain points where Doc comes in, doesn't speak to you, but tries to, like, tidy up the room a little bit around you.
It's a bit frozen. Sorry.
Sorry,
I shouldn't
Doc.
say that. That's just me.
Sorry, Doc.
That's just Leah. I'm feeling really bad.
Feeling really bad for this poor
Her
dude.
better life decisions.
Real.
Just picks up pieces of tossed and torn paper, unsticks them from the floor, sort of using a little bit of prestidigitation to warm up places to thaw it and pick up items off the floor.
She makes no moves or changes or any indication that she's even acknowledging he's doing anything in the room.
He places a second blanket on you before leaving. Eventually, everybody returns.
Where's
Redelia?
Valkyra's body? Is she just out still?
In this point, she's been,
Maybe taken to like a.
yeah. I mean, they would have wanted to ask Thyra what to do, but Thyra's unable to speak, so she's just been sitting covered on, like, a coffee table.
Jesus.
Did
Redelia?
Yeah. I'm here.
Back.
Good. We were just talking. Did you all have any desires for Valkyria?
Put down Felix somewhere.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
She deserves a proper burial. But I think her sister should decide.
She hasn't been very responsive. I made sure that she's not gonna... Nothing happens to her body in the meantime.
All right. Has anyone tried talking to Thyra?
Saphira and Doc have, but she wasn't responding.
She is still really upset.
Yeah. I I could try talking to her, but I don't know if she would want to see me. It was like a dream, but as far as I'm understanding, Valkyra gave her life for mine. How can I face Thyra, knowing that I'm the reason that she's gone?
Well, Kira made her own choice. It's not your fault. I'll come with you if you like.
Sure. That would help. Suppose we could try now. Could I get some help again?
Yeah. Alright, come here. Yeah. 8 strength. 9 strength.
Yeah. Alright. Where is she staying?
I don't know.
This way.
Lead her,
Lead everyone.
over.
You're welcomed by the view of a trashed and frozen over room. What seem to be posters on the walls of archaeological drawings of skeletons and all
Horses.
sorts of... and horses.
I will pass Felix over. I'll take my leave.
Thank you, Hailstorm.
Of course. Adelia,
Yes.
can we talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys got this? I might head back to my place after this.
We don't have to go too far.
Oh, I'm awaiting guests now too, so...
It'll be quick.
Alright. And they walk
Walk
off.
away.
The rest of you have a moment with Thyra.
I'll take some shaky steps forward with Theo, and then try to sit down next to Thyra. And kind of look at the plate of food that's next to her. Not so hungry, huh? Any response?
None. She doesn't even look up. Will you guys enter? And Theo, you would know that she hasn't moved. The only thing that's probably different is just frozen tears.
Yeah, me neither. This food is it's a little too high end for me. I'll kind of look at your face and see the frozen tears. You know, despite these blankets, you still seem a bit cold. And I'll reach out with my very carefully, gently, slowly, reach out towards her face, try to just warm it up a bit. Try to warm the tears so they're not clinging there. I know there are no words that could be properly put together that would do any substantial good. This what we've gone through, we've reached our lowest. But we've reached it together. I have seen you come a long way, Thyra, from when we first met. I remember the shock that I had when we were at that party and I saw you having a conversation with none other than Canirion Castor. I could not believe it. This woman, this warrior, who swore she would never break out of her shell. Seeing the passion in your maps, a rekindling fire. It's inspiring. Now that we're here, we can't let that flame go out, Thyra. Not now. And that flame is her. You saw them. Those blazing phoenix wings. The flames of those wings will paint many sunsets that we will see. But I want you to see them. I want you to see them with me. Don't let this be the end.
How is it not? I had nothing but her.
You still have a family, Thyra. She's not gone. Every step that you take from here on out, her voice will be echoed from yours. Every swing of the sword will have her strength in it as well. She's with us, Thyra.
She's gone. Felix. In your words, baby. Beautifully said. But that doesn't change the fact that she's gone.
She's only truly gone if you choose that. Carry her with you, in your heart, Thyra.
I don't have one.
But you do.
For someone that has been in the cold her entire life. I've never felt this first time she looks up. You say there's don't let it die. This flame. It's already gone out, Felix. Because I feel the cold for the first time. Go. Just go.
Go. We all have a choice to make, Thyra. I choose to carry Valkyra within my heart. I also choose to stay here with you. And I will do whatever it takes to warm you up. To keep that heart beating. It's what she would want. She would want her sister to keep fighting. And I'm going to make sure that you do. You can't stop me. I may have one less arm, but I still think I could maybe last 10 seconds against you. And I'll try to scoot in closer and again, slowly and gently put an arm around Thyra and just, with what little strength I have, pull her in close.
Why couldn't it have been me? And she just sobs.
And I'll just hold her there for as long as she needs it. And I would kind of beckon Theo down as well.
He joins.
You also, between you, Felix, and Thyra, feel a little nuzzle in. You see the white furred snout of Scotty poking her
No,
head
you can't do this to
between
me.
you.
Scotty's still here. Oh my.
Sort of dirty and sort of smeared with that red dust, but just slumps in.
You are a resilient little one.
Chirps up at you.
Of course she left me you.
Just nuzzles in further and beckons to be pet.
If you ever see me hug Elfie, that's how she
Oh.
goes. I need my cat.
They're warm against your hug. And soft.
I don't. Do you guys persuade her to try and get out of the room? Or you just...
Yes, that was going to be my next thing once.
Okay, then I'll let you do that.
Kind of just taking in the nice, lighthearted moment and then trying to carry that momentum forward. I'll shakily pull back and stand up. You should join us for some more substantial breakfast, Thyra. And it's also a little bit warmer out there.
I'm not hungry, Felix.
Well, maybe just the sun then.
And I think in this moment, I think it's kind of like the true point of a crossroad. Where she's already been through this before with losing or being told she lost. I almost said the name, Anneka. Almost said it. I stopped myself. With her past love, where she completely cut herself off from the world. It truly just became a monster. But as Felix extends the hand, it takes a few seconds, longer than you expect. For a moment, you think she's not going to take it. But she's going to put Scotty on her shoulder, like Valkyria did, and take your hand. As she makes a choice to do something different.
I'll try to help lift you up. This was
No.
more just a kind gesture. I actually can't help you up. And then we'll walk back into the main room.
All right. You walk back, sun beaming through the large windows on the wall, warming up all of you, at least in stark contrast to the very cold, frozen over room. As you all begin to process and move forward. Hailstorm. You're walking back with Redelia.
Why not?
So, I don't know if it's the best move right now.
What is the other move?
I don't know, but they're certainly not in a good place at the moment.
You brought me here. You know what I can do. You found me out. You know what I was trying to do. They need that. They're fighting some dark, evil fuckers, aren't they?
That's pretty evident, don't you think?
Yeah, well, somebody has to make them afraid of the dark. Otherwise, they'll never come out of it. I can be that darkness for them.
I guess we can get you ready then. And that's where we'll end the session for today.
Oh my god.
Hallia's message sums it up perfectly.
Hey, what the fuck?
Just a completely candid, hey, what the fuck?